Hi there. I'm still Rob Waddington, and I'm a professional guide here on Rutland Water. I guide people and I teach people, and I fish a lot, almost every day. I love my fishing, but I also tie flies, and we're putting together a series of awesome fly tying. And today I'm going to show you probably the simplest and the most effective fly to tie. I'm not an expert fly tying. I love to do it, and this is simple. It doesn't need to be complicated, guys. This is going to be the ubiquitous Hare's Ear Nymph. Here we go. Hang on. Just taking a little pinch of orange fur. I've got all sorts of stuff in here, and it doesn't matter what it is. A bit of orange thread, a bit of orange wool. I've just picked up a bit of orange mink fur. I'm just going to put it on the back of the hook here. Now this isn't a traditional Hare's Ear Nymph, this is a special one. Look at that, nice bright orange tail with a bit of movement there, lovely. I'm going to snip that spare end off, tie that in a bit, lock it in. Now, there we come to the body. You can break there.
Yeah.
Just taking a little pinch of orange fur. I've got all sorts of stuff in here, and it doesn't matter what it is. A bit of orange thread, a bit of orange wool. I've just picked up a bit of orange mink fur. I'm just going to put it on the back of the hook here. Now this isn't a traditional Hare's Ear Nymph, this is a special one. Look at that, nice bright orange tail with a bit of movement there, lovely. I'm going to snip that spare end off, tie that in a bit, lock it in. Now, there we come to the body. Okay, first what I'm going to do is tie the material in for the rib. Now, again, the traditional fly is a gold ribbed hare's ear with a bit of gold in here. This is something I'm going to try just a bit different. I'm going to use this Lurex pearl thread. I'm going to tie that in. I'm going to use that in a minute. Now that's there, and that's out of the way. Here, get rid of that. Now the main body, hare's ear, it is actually from a hare's ear or a rabbit's ear, but here's one. Here's one we saw earlier. You can buy these ready done. I'm actually not going to use the hare's ear. I'm going to use the mask, the face. I'm going to pull out some of these big guard hairs here. Remember the dubbing, put a bit of wax on it. Got a bit of beeswax here. I'm going to rub that quickly down the thread. And the friction of that is going to coat it with a very thin coating of wax. And I've got my pinch of hare's ear. I'm just going to twist that on the thread there, dub it on. It's called dubbing. Do a bit at a time, and then just wind that in. And put a bit more on. I remember when I first came to Rutland about 23 years ago, there was an old chap, real character, catching fish in the bay just out here, and I asked him what fly he was using, and he said it's a hare's ear, man, a hare's ear. So I went and tried the traditional hare's ear, didn't catch any fish. I saw him again the next day, and I said, yeah, hare's ear with an orange tail. Okay, so there's the orange tail. Tied it, standard way, gold rib, still didn't catch any fish. Saw him again, and he said, yeah, pearl rib. It ended up like a orange tail, pearl rib, red head, something completely different to the standard hare's ear. By the time he'd told me everything, the fish had gone off it. Anyway, we just keep dubbing that material on here. You want it fairly straggly and scruffy because that's the whole point. It looks like a moving insect. There we go, that's all, that's great, doesn't matter. And there we go. Now then, this is the pearl thread. That creates a nice sort of translucent UV sort of shiny stuff, but if you pull it, if you stretch it, it becomes thinner. It all becomes a bit of a blue colour, and I quite like that. Do whatever you want. The scruffier the better. Tie that off at the head. This is the simplest fly, and it just looks like something and nothing. Just take away a few of those big loose feathers here. Build up the head here. Tie it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bit of super glue to bond it together there. Just drop that off. Really simple, very effective hare's ear nymph.